Welcome to my journey through the Bible. This will be a summary of Judges 19, verses 1 through 30. And there was no king in Israel, and there was a Levite man that had taken him a concubine, and his concubine had played the part of a whore and went home to her father. After about 4 months, the Levite man took 2 donkeys and a servant with him to go and get his wife. When he came upon his father-in-law's house, his father-in-law saw him and ran to him and said, "Come in and drink, and let me feed you, and stay for a while." Well, after 5 days, the Levite man decided it was time for him to go. And his father-in-law said, "But stay with me, make merry, and then you can leave in the evening." And when evening came, the Levite went to leave, and the father-in-law said, "No, it's late, it's too late. You must stay here another night." But the Levite man decided to go on his way. And the servant that was with him wanted to stop and stay in one of the cities in Jerusalem. But the young Levite man had said, "No, I will not stay with any stranger that is not of Israel." And then they came to a place that belonged to the tribe of Benjamin. And they went into the city and sat down in the streets. And no one had took them in. And then an old man was coming in from the field. And he said, the old man had saw the Levite, the servant, and the concubine. "Where are you coming from, and where are you going?" And the Levite man had said he had went to visit her father, and now they were headed home. And the old man said, "Come into my house. I will feed your donkey. I will wash your feet. I will give you bread to eat and wine to drink." Once they were in the old man's house, the men of the city came to the master's house and banged on the door and said, "Where are the men that were in the street that are staying with you now?" And the master of the house came to the door and said, "You can have my daughter, and you can have his concubine, but do not do any evil to this man that stays with me." But the men would not listen. And then the master of the house had grabbed the concubine, brought her to the door, and gave her to the men and said, "Do as what you think is right with her, but do not do any vile thing to this man." And so the men of the city had sex with the concubine and abused her all night. In the morning, she crawled to the door of her lord. And when the Levite man had came out, he said, "Woman, get up and let us be on our way." And there was no reply. So the Levite man had picked up the concubine, put her on his donkey, and took her home. There he divided her body up into 12 parts and sent them out to all the coast of Israel. When everybody had saw this, they said, "What deed is this that has been done in Israel?" And then they all went to Egypt so that he could speak his mind. May God be with you in everything and in every way.